جيو اهلا وسهلا فيك بودكاست على راحتك. كيفك اليوم؟
Good man. Awachi, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
ولو اكيد بدي استضيفك. تعرفت عليك بالتاتو فيستيفال. You are the founder, right?
I'm the founder of Book.Ink, which was part of the organizer تبع Beirut Tattoo Festival. Yeah.
كيف كانت overall؟
It's good. It was an experience. It's our first time doing it in Lebanon. عملناها بقات لبنان, عملناها with friends and whatnot. But so no, in Lebanon it was the first time and it was good enough. We live and we learn, and دايما the first edition of anything is a test.
بتعيدها؟
Definitely, بس انه on a better scale.
أكيد.
Everything we learned, we applied them to the second edition.
بدك upgrade.
Definitely, دايما.
جورج دياب مين بالأساس؟ أنا أول شي بفوت عليه مثلا إذا بتفوت على الانستغرام بلاقي 0 to 16 million in 3 years. Tell me about that, please.
Okay. George Diab, he's a co-founder and CEO of Book.Ink, which was the 0 to 16 million dollars. So what is it is, we founded Book.Ink 3 years ago in Lebanon. بلشناها out of passion for the tattoo industry and out of a problem that this industry needed to be digitized. مثل حيلا industry بالعالم. So we decided to fix this problem and provide the solution of both a marketplace and a SaaS. So marketplace نخلي حيلا شخص بلبنان أول شيء كتبليش بلبنان ينبش على tattoo artist that is credible and reputable ويقدر يعمل تاتو معه ويحجز معه وكل شيء. And from a tattoo artist perspective, it's to digitize and to automate all their processes and manage their day-to-day operations. And we were able, during these 3 years, أكيد with a lot of ups and downs, to reach a valuation of $16 million, and we were raising funds across the 3 years. So that's why we were able to grow this business.
But this is not the only business you're involved in.
Definitely.
شو فايت كمان؟
Just take a quick backstory. And I started my career at Toters, as I think everyone knows Toters. And I was very early on. I switched, then I quit after 2 years بلشت Book.Ink. And then هلا we're building a health tech startup. We're launching in a couple of weeks. I founded كمان a new company in January 2025. It's called Saggio. It's a marketing studio. So we help businesses grow in the real and digital world. Because this is where my expertise lies. I already grew businesses, so I want to help other businesses grow. And I'm an investor in some other businesses and advisor for others. But that's basically what I do.
شو بتتسلى فيهم يعني؟
ما بتسلى فيهم بس انه it's on the side. It's the side hustle.
Side hustle.
That's what I love doing كمان on the side.
بدك خبرهم نحن وين؟
Definitely. Why not?
نحن وين؟
نحن ب a no-brainer tattoo studio.
طب وليه هالقد بتحب التاتوز؟ ما عم بستوعب.
Like it started very young. كنت حب التاتوز من أنا وصغير. كنت أحلم أكون an artist. بس I'm very bad at يعني كل شيء creative ورسم وهيك ما بتزبط. So I was more into business since I was very young. I decided, how can I do something I really love, but with something I'm good at, which is business plus tattoos. I found this problem in the market. It was the first business worldwide. ما نعمل قبل. I found this, it's an interesting. I started it وبلشت. The love for tattoos grew. يعني so تحب أكتر وأكتر. I was very involved. وبلشت يعني my first tattoo was, I think I was 15 years old. بعرف بلبنان it was a taboo يعني 10 years ago and more than 10 years ago. وأهلي ما كان بدهم tattoos وهيك. At 15 years old أنا عملت my first tattoo. It was a very bad experience. Very bad. لأنه word of mouth. قالوا لي هذا tattoo artist منيح. رحت لعنده التهبت. I did a huge infection. جلوبيل روج عليو بجسمي وهيك. وتعلمت إنه أوكي في أكيد other people كمان went through this bad experience. So وقت بلشت أكبر شفت إنه okay, this is a huge problem from all aspects. ولا it's digitized, ولا it's credible, ولا it's safe. So we introduced multiple features to make the whole process very seamless for customers.
The love of investment and businesses. وما بعرف إذا فيني أقول the love of money بس maybe making money. من وين إجا؟
كمان it started very young. I was بفتكر 14, 15 years old. I was dreaming of having my own business and working for myself and whatnot. One part comes from my dad. When I was very influenced. He always taught me that you need to make money. And that's how you live a happy life أكيد with other things with family with relationships with health and whatnot but money is a huge and very important factor and it's true we can't deny that right because you have money you can fix a lot of your problems whether you like it or not but this is how I think of things right so that's how it grew and I started researching I started doing some research for myself وشوف شو بدي أحب شو بحب شو معقول أعمل بالحياة and this is how it started but it grew mostly when I started university I double majored in finance and marketing I fell in love with the world of business I started watching podcasts on a daily basis أقعد للست الصبح أحضر وأتعلم I was learning every single day a lot of research a lot of connections I started asking around when I ask a lot of questions especially if I'm interested and this is how you learn so it started that way and it grew I started with tutors learned a lot from them we helped grew the business from $1 million to $90 million in annual recurring revenue and then I stopped launched my own business and this is where خلاص it was that that's how it literally started
بقولوا كرت معك
ايه وبلشت تتعلم من الاغلاط اللي بتعملهم you keep on repeating them and you keep on fixing and opening a new business and advising another and whatever
بس تخسر مصاري بتتوتر وبتعصب وبتقلق ولا تعودت
أبدا. like you lose some you win some يعني you can't win without losing right يعني هذا the misconception that we have in Lebanon a lot of people want to win a lot of money but they're not willing to invest a bit of money or to put it as an expense or whatever that they only want to win you can't it's part of business part of life you can't win everything وهذه تعلمتها throughout the journey I hated losing كان أبشع شيء عندي أخسر يعني كنت ماتش باسكت كنت أزعل but when you start in business I started realizing okay I need to lose a lot to win a lot and I'm not talking financial I'm talking education I'm talking information you need to do it you can't and
فينا نقول you learned the hard way
I'm not gonna lie I didn't start from zero I always had support from my family ما رح أعمل لك the best scenario and I started from the bottom okay no I didn't but I had the support I needed but I'm someone that is very independent يعني ما بحب اتكل على حيلا حدا بحب أعمل شغلي بشغلتي لحالي so yeah I started from zero from my perspective I didn't get help in the business I didn't get mentors I didn't get anything I learned from my mistakes and I did a lot of mistakes and I failed every day while growing Book.Ink for example my first start I failed literally every day and I say it very out loud every single day بس كل نهار كنت أتعلم أجا عيد أجا أتعلم أجا عيد every business I did or every mistake I did I applied them in a different way on another business or while advising someone else or on هلا the business that I'm launching and this is why you see the success rate is way faster لأنه تعلمت كتير وحطيت باقي خسرت مصاري وعملت
يعني 16 مليون صاروا أقل ولا أكتر؟
ما بنرجع لورا that's the difference
بس هنزلها بدنا نطلع
لا you keep on going up لا بس the mistakes you go through to achieve these numbers or to achieve whatever that is the failures you need to
أكيد there's days you felt that you want to quit no؟
ليك أنا دايما بقول it's not bad to quit بس you need to try everything before quitting يعني try every single detail try to fix it before quitting it's not bad to quit sometimes quitting is an escape to do something better and to achieve something better بس لأنه ما فيك كل ما يجيك a small problem to quit you never do something great never in your life you're going to have mistakes and you're going to have problems and you're going to have roadblocks every single day of the business especially if you're growing a business literally every single day you have a problem يعني هلا كنا عم نحكي you never have a day where you whoa that was a good day zero problems because every time you grow your business every time your problems grow with it
أكيد
and that's part of it so yeah I wanted to quit on a daily basis sometimes when it gets tough when you don't know how to fix it when you feel lonely in business when you don't know who to ask you don't have a support and asking or a mentor or whatever yeah you feel like maybe it's the end of the world but then I ask myself and I say will it matter in 5 years if not then okay let's continue
فهمت عليك
يعني أنا in business اللي تعلمته إذا بدك تجاوبك I wanted to quit multiple times but you need to remove your ego لأنه quitting comes from the fear of failure right that's quitting for me يعني literally ليه do you agree
مفروض شوي
it's failure it's the fear of failure هو اللي بيخليك to quit or تنسحب أو تعمل شيء when you approach it in a different way and you're okay with failing and you're vocal about it and you're public about it then you're good to go
شو أقوى أو أكتر obstacle ما حتنساه بحياتك؟
well, I have a lot I have a lot of things that taught me كتير قصص بس إنه one of the things where when I quit Toters for the first time I had a plan to travel and live abroad I was going to live in Greece well, I had my life planned out how I want to live it what I'm going to do there and whatnot and I went there I told everyone about it I'm leaving Lebanon I'm leaving everything كان وقتها انفجار بيروت وأنا كتير نأذيت كنت تحت so I had a very traumatizing experience so I wanted to leave Lebanon completely and I went there to Greece I tried to do my papers it didn't work I tried everything so مثل ما بيقولك أكلت بوكس that's it أكلت بوكس إنه ما في ضل ببلد ما استقبلوني
ما بده يعني
I don't have papers and I was trying to open a startup there but you can't you need a lot of papers and bank accounts
بس قالوا لك شو الحجة؟
ايه ما عم بيعطوا لأنه I needed أو to get a full-time job there تيعطوك تا حدا to sponsor you and I ما بكن
even if you are an investor
ايه لأنه it differs in Greece there are a lot of rules and regulations there to become a startup owner and تتعمل so ما زبطت So I was like, okay, what do? I need to go back to Lebanon. بعد ما قلت للكل إنه فايلي إنه هيدي الشغلة وين بتقعد تسأل حالك I was very young, I was younger يعني I was still not that mature يعني so and then you start thinking شو رح يقولوا العالم زبط ما زبط وفل هونيك ورجع بعد شهرين ما عمل شيء whatever فشل definitely so I talked to Toters again I said hey can I go back and I'm very good friends with one of the co-founders. We built a very good relationships while I'm there. So قال لي أكيد choose your position, choose whatever you want to do, come back, we need you. So I came back وهيدي علمتني إنه okay, two things. One, if you build good relationships, you're always going to have a backup. Two, whatever you do, literally whatever you do in life, as a startup owner or a business owner, the worst thing that could happen is you go back to what 99% of people do, which have a 9 to 5.
Okay.
So هذا شيء كتير ريحني إنه okay ما زبطت I failed in the new business I failed going to Greece I failed anything okay I'm gonna go back to what people do which is normal
إنه مش نهاية العالم
لا and I'm gonna try again so all these two lessons علموني اللي كنت عم بحكي عنهم من شوي إنه failure is part of the process.
طب what's the plans هلا أول شيء بدك تحكيني شوي عن Book.Ink كيف بدكم to scale up and your new business.
Yeah. So Book.Ink هلا we're raising a round of funding again to scale to new countries in Europe. That's the goal. And from the start, Book.Ink needs to be a worldwide company. We don't have competitions. هلا we have small players عم بيفوتوا على الماركت بس Book.Ink deserves to be global. We started in Lebanon, we scaled to Europe, هلا بنفوت على bigger markets in Europe and hopefully we're going to be entering the US and Australia and other bigger markets. So that's the goal, is to give back to the community, to give back for the love of tattoos, and to digitize an industry that has never been digitized. I know it's one of the oldest and longest subcultures in the world. So it needs to be, you love tattoos. I'm 90% covered.
لا.
Yeah, so
mostly the right side.
But you understand.
I do understand.
The business very well. It needs change. Artists deserve to have a platform where they can connect, where they can find jobs, where they can make money, because Instagram is very saturated. It's oversaturated.
So,
especially for tattoo artists to show their canvases and to show their work. So we need to help them as much as we can. So that's the goal for Book.Ink.
The other business, the new business.
Saggio, we started in January 2025. It's been doing fantastically well. It's مثل ما بيقولوا a passion project for me. Now I really love it. I started just as an advisor for a couple of businesses before starting Saggio. Then I started growing. And we were featured on Forbes and whatnot. بتعرف العالم بس يشوفوك on magazines بيتحمسوا I want to work with this guy. So it started growing من وقتها ما we got this feature and so يجيني كتير عالم I want to work, I'm launching this startup, can you help me out, I'm launching this business, we want to scale. And I was in one man show. ما فيك تعملها. And in order to grow you need people. If you don't have people you're going to stay يعني دايما بقول لهم انا للتيم تبعي بحيلا businesses بقول لهم I'm nothing without you guys يعني you make the business alive and that's props to you guys
Thank you يا حلوين.
عن جد يعني just imagine yourself without any support you can't do it yourself so I was at that position انه okay I want to grow this because I love it but I can't be in it ما في أقسم وقتي أكتر من هيك I can't so I needed to hire a team and make it a proper business in order to attract bigger businesses and do something I really love while I enjoy it with the team right so that's what I did November 2024 I said let's do it let's hire a proper team let's build it let's get some businesses real business I converted the advisory ones to the business and I started growing it and we grew very fast it's a case study I'm building for my personal brand to share it with the youth of Lebanon لأنه I came back I was living in Barcelona for the past 2 years and I came back 2 months ago to Lebanon to help the youth of Lebanon and to give them hope that okay if you're Lebanese I know that we have a lot of roadblocks in Lebanon I passed through it while building businesses here but it's the land of opportunity and you can do a lot of things in Lebanon especially if you put your mind into it right now العالم بتفكر انه okay Lebanon is a very tough market we have a lot of شو فكر France what do you think France is easier
Everywhere is the same يعني.
you have roadblocks everywhere it's very hard to build a business it's very hard to be a freelancer but you got to choose your hard يعني you can choose this hard or that Lebanon
You have
is
to fight for it.
definitely nothing great comes easy يعني بالنهاية and Lebanon is a very good market if you put your mind to it and that's what we did يعني أعطيك very quick example we وقت بلشنا Book.Ink it was a subscription fee business at first right so we ما كان في بنوك بعد we didn't have banks and كيف بدهم يدفعوا لنا and what's the process ما في payment processors you can't do anything you can't automate it and whatnot so we hired a guy as a cash collector he goes every month and collects all the cash هيدي it was a roadblock for a business أول شيء you increase your overhead تاني شيء
صح.
you know you have people to pay you have more salaries you have more you have the risk بس انه it's a roadblock you need to face انا دايما بقول شغله to any employee to any person to any whatever بقول لهم دايما find solutions to problems not problems to solutions now if you're going to find a problem to every solution you're never going to build something great you're going to stay at the same place forever
مزبوط.
so Sagio we started it we grew it and now we have insane plans to grow it even further and not only as an agency or marketing studio we want to go way beyond that
تخيل ان شاء الله خير.
thanks
competition بالديجيتال وورد especially بلبنان صارت يعني سوبر تشارجد ماركت مفول مين ما كان في يقول عنه ديجيتال ماركتر so how do you stand out وكيف بتحارب هالكومبيتيشن وحتى انه عندك صار في international companies كمان موجودين so انت عم تلعب معهم بنفس السوق so tell me please what's going on.
Definitely. Like when I started Saggio in January, I did some research and I saw that in Lebanon specifically, there are 3,500 marketing agencies. Let me start by saying, 99% are not marketing agencies. They're digital marketing agencies or they're social media agencies. What's the difference? A marketing agency does everything. It's what we do. So we do consulting, we do advisory, we do go-to-market strategy, we do content creation, we do ads, we do multiple things. Social media agencies are the ones who أنا بسميهم grid managers. يعني بيسلموك 12 posts, you like post them, 0 results. It's just to have an aesthetic on Instagram. That's it. So that's the biggest difference. هلا, in terms of the competition and how do you compete, it's what we do best, and that's why I launched Saggio because I saw a huge gap in the market and it's a huge problem. اليوم agencies in Lebanon, they onboard 150 clients بيسلموها لهالتيم اللي عندهم إياها, very high churn rate, very high burnout من employees, and turnover is crazy. And that's why إذا بتحكي مع agency owners or my companies in Lebanon, مغيرين صاروا 7 agencies. No, they always change because no one's happy. So what we do is we don't do that. And for every team, بس بسلمهم 6 clients.
Okay.
So the idea behind Saggio is we become an internal marketing department and we become an extension of your team. So نحن كأن منصير your marketing department بقلب شركتك. So you're not outsourcing anymore. You have an in-house marketing team.
Okay.
Because we work very closely with the clients. And that's why we deliver exceptional results. So that's the main idea behind it. When I compete what I call competition.
انت عطيتنا السر هلا برو.
أكيد. بس I hope one person does it and بيفتح شركة وبيعملها. Now people think about money before thinking about helping other people, right? So definitely maybe the agencies that they onboard 150 clients at $1,000 each or $800 each, they're making good money. Margins are not that crazy maybe, but they have very high churn rate. كل شهر بيفل client أو 2 أو 5 and they need to onboard. They have a sales process to onboard new clients. But at the end of the day you have your reputation.
ساعتها بده يرجع يكب مصاري على الماركتينج وعلى السيلز
To get back new clients and whatnot. So your CAC over LTV is zero.
Okay.
And that's something I hate. And that's why I opened Saggio to fix this problem, to fix this gap in the market. لأنه وقت أحكي مع كل هالclients بوصل لأنتم تعبانين. They're tired of marketing agencies. يعني 2 days ago I was with a very big client in Lebanon. It's the 7th agency بغير. 7. Can you imagine as a business owner changing 7 marketing teams?
هلك يعني.
It's the worst thing ever because they think about money. Because they don't know how to grow businesses. بيكون with all due respect بيكون a graphic designer أرى يفتح شركة ويعملها وجاب كم شخص freelancer فتح هو. No one cares about results. They just want this $800 حطوها بجيبتهم وبيبعتوا له post 12 posts a month خلصت. That's it. It's way beyond that. We do very detailed reports, marketing research. We take the client بندرس. يعني أنا هلا I onboarded a telecom business. Okay, it's based in the US. I studied telecom for 3 months before saying, okay, come in. I studied, I'm not an engineer. I had to study telecom to understand their business. To when I go on a call with the VP of sales or the president of the business, I need to talk to him and I need to understand what he wants from this telecom business, right? So, ما لح له I'll do 12 posts ببعت لك إياهم, that's it. They're never going to succeed that way. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest difference. So that's why I say, hey, we have competitions. And when you say international companies, يعني بدك نسميهم في كذا شركة كبيرة, definitely they're a competition. بس تعرف إنه when you're talking international, you're talking local. International بيبعت لك account manager بياخدك لحالك. And that's it. بيحكي معك. And you're not talking with the head of the business. And people in Lebanon, they love talking with the owner. They love your involvement. وأنا هلا وقت بلش ساجو, it's because people trust George. And George trusts his team. And I know that together we can deliver results. And that's how I usually sell it.
سؤال غريب شوي.
Go.
يعني بالبزنس وورد كلهم بيعرفوك جورج مش جيو.
جورج ما حدا بيعرفني جيو إلا the close friends.
خاي حسيت حالي هيك.
You're close. حسيت حالك till I think Toters كان اسمه جيو كل وقت. بس when I started professionally يعني وقت فتت على الشغل وهيك, I started getting the George out of the... I always loved Gio because my mom wanted to call me Gio and my dad wanted to call me George. لأنه بيو كان اسمه جورج, يعني جدي كان اسمه جورج. راحوا عند المختار قالوا له إنه بدنا نسميه جورجيو تنجمع 2. قال له لا خلينا على جورج, أنا بحب بيك. قال له لبي. قال له أوكي فاين جورج ومنغنجو جيو. So خلقت إنه أنا my name is Gio. I love Gio. إنه ما بعرف خلص تعودت إنه جيو. But when I started my professional career, I was like, okay, I need people know me as George. I know I'll passport and whatnot. So كل الشركة صارت تسميني جورج. بعدين I started LinkedIn, I started Instagram. So خلاص my professional name is George. And the close ones are Gio.
إن كنت عم تقلي قبل شوي عن you being a one man show. Okay. أول شيء how can you maintain this؟ لأنه أنت بدك تكون consistent كل الوقت as a one man show. وقد ايه بتتطلب منك حتى مش بس physical وmental
هلا you can't be a one man show. That's why I said أول ما you can't.
ليه؟
Trust me, you can't be a one man show if you want to scale your business. If you want to keep the same level, yeah, you can do. مش هناك هلا طالعة the solopreneur. You know, you just do everything alone. You can definitely do it, especially with the help of AI and whatnot. But if you want to scale beyond being a solopreneur, you can't. You need a team. And in order to have this team, you need to start delegating and you need to educate them and you need to invest in them and you need to invest in a team in order for you to scale. So being a one-man show is doable until you reach a certain point where how can I scale? How can I go beyond that? And I was before when I was doing the advisory, I was trading my time for money, right? And I give 2 hours a week. I get paid for these 2 hours a week. There's a ceiling for that. I can't. كلنا عنا 24 hours a day. كلنا بدنا ننام. كلنا بدنا نعيش. كلنا عنا حياتنا. So there's a ceiling. If you want to go beyond the ceiling, you need to scale, right? And you need people and you need to delegate in order to scale. So I hired a team.
Okay.
I was doing the same thing, by the way, for Book.Ink at first. The first 18 months of the business, I was a solopreneur. I was alone. I just hired a graphic designer to help me out doing the post because I'm not a graphic designer, but everything else from sales to community management to talking to whatever. I was alone until I needed this push where I started hiring my first employee and the second and third and what.
انه ما لازم يمكن الواحد يندم اذا كان one man show كمان at first, right?
You need to be a one man show to a certain extent. يعني you need to start as a one man show. أنا تعلمت audit, تعلمت accounting, تعلمت finance, تعلمت marketing, تعلمت community management. أنا before Book.Ink I didn't have an Instagram profile. Literally, and my first profile was Book.Ink. And I had to learn on how to post a story and how to repost and how to... I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with the world of social media marketing.
بفهمك كتير.
So you have to learn in order to be able to get someone or onboard someone or hire someone تمام مثل ما بيقولوا لك يعمل شيء وما يعني ما تفهمه أنت, right? So let's say you want to work with an auditor and then he comes in is that you don't know anything about numbers, he can just literally steal from you.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to learn these in order to onboard someone. So that's why it's very important to be a one-man show at first and learn from different things.
يعني ما لازم تطلع السلم 100 درجة 100 درجة. مرات لازم تطلعون درجة درجة. ما تستعجل.
Definitely. يعني حتى I had to go on Canva sometimes, do it myself.
ليه وطيت صوتك؟
ما بعرف. استحيت لأن
يستعمل كانفا لازم يستحي على حاله.
ايه I had to go to Canva يعني. You have to do things at first.
أنا كنت
يعني أحل لك شغلة كمان عن جد this is كمان an advice I always give, but it's very important لأنه هيدي بتجي على one man show. You have to do things that do not scale. يعني
شو قصدك؟
What is it? So أنا for my first 20,000 followers on Instagram that we got on Book.Ink, I DM'd every single one of them, thanking them for their follow and they're following the business. And for the first 5,000 bookings I had on the platform, I researched every person وبعت له message. Thank you so much for booking. Can we have your feedback? What? مش هنعمل لك. And we have a lot of reviews and testimonials that I have till today. And no, thank you so much for doing that because it's the first business I ever.
So you did it personally.
I did it. I didn't have anyone.
يا ويلي.
You need to do things that do not scale if you want to reach.
أنا كنت زيرو على السوشيال ميديا فتحت بودكاست.
It's a very good move.
هو أخذت ريسك وكانت العائلة حدي وكان في صديق واقف حدي بالأول بعدين أختي وقفت حدي وهلأ في عندي هذا التيم المتواضع المهضوم الزغطور.
That's good man.
هلأ بتشوفوا الأسامي بآخر الحلقة لأعطيهم كريدتس. كان بعد عندي كمان سؤال إنه أنت قعدت سنتين ببرشلونة وقررت ترجع على لبنان من شهرين. باقي بلبنان هالفترة أول شي.
For now, yes.
وليه تركت برشلونة وراجع وبدك تعطي لبنان واليوث شو كنت عم تعمل ببرشلونة أصلاً؟
أحلك. I lived in Lebanon my whole life. I grew up here. And then I launched the business and it was a remote business. So all my employees work remotely. كل واحد ببلد, whatever, I don't mind. So, and my girlfriend lives in Barcelona. So I hate long distance. What I was doing every 3 weeks, كنت سافر على برشلونة أرجع على لبنان, سافر على برشلونة. So I said, no, I'm going to move there and spend time with her. And then I work from there. I don't have to be present in Lebanon. I have the teams here. I have the teams in France. So I don't mind. I can work from wherever. And that's why I moved to Barcelona. I spent 2 years there and then decided, my girlfriend and I, let's do a change. Let's go back to Lebanon. And I want to help Lebanese people. I want to you can't help someone if you're not here, right? And I can't preach if Lebanon being the best land of opportunity. I'm not there. I'm living in Barcelona. I don't like it. And I saw it online. يعني الكل بيجي بيتفلسف وبيعمل and then هو عايش بأمريكا. You can't do it. So I had to take this step and I want to go back to Lebanon. I want to be on the ground. I want to help Saggio as a business grow here and meet clients face to face because they trusted me with their money and everything. And I want to be here to show them, I'm here. I go to your offices. I come, we do live meetings and I want to help. I have this mission. That's why I started my personal brand to help the youth of Lebanon. I want to give them as much as I possibly can. And that's why, but till you have the opportunity for this podcast, I told Amin, go, do it. As I can share any piece of advice or I can help in any way possible, I would do it.
بس ليكون معكم خبر شو صار. استاذي بالجامعة اسمه جون عايمة بيعرفوا لجورج. بالغلط شفت على الانستغرام بيروت تاتو فيستيفال. انفتح حكيت جو قلت له يا خي طب معقول تاتو فيستيفال ما فيه حدا يحكي مع العالم. عم سكت هيك قال لي والله معك حق بس شو عم تفكر؟ قلت له بنزل بركي بالبودكاست مثل ما هي اعطيني بس شوية سبيس. محكي هيك وانت ماشي خلال 24 ساعة يمكن دقيت لي انت شخصيا انه ليك شو الوضع كذا كذا كذا. انا بتعرف بوقتها صرت عم برقص بالبيت انه ايش جورج دياب بقال لي شخصيا عم بقول لي تعال واهلا وسهلا فيك. قلت يلا اكل ونزلنا وكسرنا الدنيا وحتشوفوا الفوتج ترجعوا. لنرجع لجورج. الريليشن شيب تبعولتك مع حيالله حدا انت بتحبه قد ايه بيأثر عليك بحياتك وسبيشلي بالبزنسز تبعولك؟ Everything.
Like I always tell her something. لو ما هي I was very far from where I am today. And the support she gave me on my lows, on my ups, on my highs, on everything is invaluable. يعني دايما بالله I couldn't have done it without her. يعني أنا ساجيو لو ما هي بعد لليوم ما مش I didn't launch.
هالقد؟
Yeah.
Wow.
It's لحلك شغلة. I always tell her that I'm very vocal about it. حتى my best friend is there بيعرف. By the way, I learn a lot from him. لأنه he has a wife. She's amazing. He is an amazing person. I learn from people like him.
Best friend بيكون
إلياس صليبة. He's my closest friend.
Anyway.
It's the best thing you can do, man, is that you have the support of a girlfriend or a fiance or a wife or whatever that is. You don't need anything else.
وكيف عرفت she's the one؟
من زمان.
أو حبيتها وصارت كل القصة؟
من زمان. أنا بلشت أنا وياها we were in school.
إيش؟
And it's a long story, but we had an amazing relationship. We were never together in school, but we had this connection. And I was traveling to France. I couldn't because of my stomach problems. التغى. هي كانت كمان مسافرة France التغى. So we couldn't be together there. And we were very close friends. We had the same group of people who were very close. And then time passed by. I was 17 years old. I mean, كنت بعت لها مساجات على واتساب إلا I'm gonna do everything in life. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna do everything. بس أنا وياك رح نتجوز وأنا وياك رح نجيب أولاد. وحياتك. I was 17 years old. We still have the messages till today. وراحت الأيام.
ورجعت اجت الأيام.
ورجعت اجت الأيام. And I talked to her after a while. وتلاقينا. I moved to Barcelona. And
والله you're building an empire.
With her. وصدقني without her I was very far from here. يعني you can't imagine. أنا دايما بقول للشباب I have smaller cousins. I have people I talk to on Instagram بيحكوني. A boy wants 1,000 women. That's the dream of the social media influencers and whatnot. But a man need one woman. And I have her.
قليل لا اسمع هيك شيء صراحة.
I know.
بشوفك على الانستغرام كتير بتعمل self talks أو videos و stuff like that. شو الهدف؟ شو عم جرب توصل للعالم؟
I'm trying to bustle different things. Number one is I'm trying to share knowledge that no one is willing to share. Because a lot of the times, whenever I record a video, I ask myself, did I share too much? But then, well, it's fine. If I think about that, it means it's good. So I'm trying to raise awareness on a lot of business topics, on a lot of knowledge for the youth and for aspiring entrepreneur and for entrepreneurs and for business owners and for small business owners that are trying to do something in life, but they feel that they're stuck. I want to try to expand that and give them as much value as I possibly can. And I always say it's based on my experience. It's not theory that you learn in school or in university. It's based on my experience and all the failures that I had to go through and all the wins that I had to go through. I'm sharing them for free online. And that's the purpose of opening my personal brand. يعني أول شيء بلشت على TikTok. I was playing around. Then I started on LinkedIn. And then I say I need to put my face out there and people need to know who is talking behind this Instagram page or personal brand and appeal to as many people as possible. So that's what I'm trying to do. Well, I'm just getting started. There are a lot of plans for that to grow it beyond just a personal brand or Instagram or knowledge and whatnot. And now that I'm in Lebanon, I'm investing a lot of time, money, and experience on that.
جورج بصراحة بس كيف بلشت القصة؟
It started on TikTok as just a random thing. I was just uploading random thoughts with a static video. It started growing until one of the videos I told my girlfriend is توصل هيدي البيج to 150,000 followers. I put my face. I'm gonna keep on posting. I was posting every day until one of the videos got 4 million views.
Oof.
I got a lot of followers. And then I started growing and I started posting until one of the videos got 16.1 million views on a random post. And then I hit 150. قالت لي صاحبتي هلا بدك تبلش. And you said on 150 you're going to start. I said okay, I don't have a mic. I don't have ideas on what to talk to. I never put my face out there. What I mean, I'm an introvert. يعني I'm someone that stays at home all day, بروح gym ساعة. I come back, I stay with my girlfriend. I have a couple of friends, that's it. So I'm not used to showing face online, going out there and whatnot. So I said, fuck, I should buy my stuff, buy materials and whatnot. I went there, I bought and I started. I started on TikTok, it started growing, it started performing well, and then decided to switch into LinkedIn because this is where my expertise comes in, writing. I love it. Copywriting is a thing I enjoy. And I was sharing as more comfortable by la camera, by whatever. And then I decided to invest on Instagram. And I always had this vision of Instagram being for aesthetic stuff, for lifestyle stuff and whatnot. But I decided, why not share? If I get views, if I get love on Instagram, that would be great. And that's how it started. And I started picking up very quickly, organically. And I decided now to double down on paid ads in Lebanon to scale as much as I possibly can and to get the word out there. So that's exactly how it started.
كورس لازم تعمل كورس السيلف ميد 1 on 1. كله كذب راح نروح له عمل كورس.
If it's a legit course, I'm very fine with it. But when it comes to the 10K a month courses, that's what I hate.
ما هو إذا حشوف شي نهار كورس أنت عامله.
Never. من هلا. Never. Like I would never do something for money, especially if I'm gonna be عم بأذي حدا. يعني عم بيعه to invest about $4,000, $5,000 on a course and then not get return. I don't want the money. Okay. If I can guarantee, there are no guarantees, but if I can know, at least for myself, if people execute what I'm telling and they're gonna 10x their investment, I might do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not for now. Allah, I'm sharing all my stuff for free. Everything.
في شيء سبيسيال بدك تعمله يعني to give back شو هو؟
So basically my mission من وقت ما جات على لبنان لهلا is to give back as much as I possibly can. And the way I'm going to do it هلا, other than the paid ads, other than Instagram, other than my personal brand, other than LinkedIn, is every month I'm going to be giving 1 hour free of charge advisory call for 3 Lebanese entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs or small business owners to give as much as I can and help them either grow a business, either start a business, or either fix a business they already have and scale it. I've never done that before, but I'm going to do it now, free of charge. And this is something we usually charge thousands of dollars for because it could literally either take the business to new heights or break a business, right? We already started doing it offline for people that already texted me. And I thought that, okay, they have a huge potential. They have an amazing idea, but they're lost. I already jumped with them this month on an advisory call one-on-one. And it's been amazing. So example, one of them, خليته يوفر $45,000 on an investment he was willing to put. Because of a huge mistake most business people do, especially Lebanese, because of the ego. وفرت عليه $45,000.
فينا نحكي عن المستيك؟
Definitely.
شو هو؟
He was trying to go big very quickly.
Okay.
So he was going to develop an app, develop a website, and launch a huge Instagram page and paid ads and whatnot. When one, he doesn't have proof of concept. Two, he doesn't have even an MVP. He doesn't have anything. But do يعمل أخذ quotations? He was doing it. He was putting around $70,000.
لحقته على آخر تكة.
$70,000. He was investing $70,000. بعت لي the quotation. I tell you stop everything, literally everything. You don't need an app to start with. I started with $9,000 on a Book.Ink. And now it's valued at $16 million. $9,000. You don't need. What you need is product market fit. شو يعني product market fit? It's when people buy what you have, keep coming back for more, so you retain them, and tell all their friends about it. Once you have this, then you scale. Then you launch an app. Then you build a website. Then you do XYZ. And that's how I started with Book.Ink. I started with $9,000. I built a website. $9,000. I do something else. From that, I started scaling and people coming, please, I want an app. We need an app. We need the Pinterest. We need whatever. We need. And the tattoo artist started requesting it. خلاص صار عندنا proof of concept. People were referring other people. يعني كبرنا بطريقة كتير سريعة. That's when I decided, okay, let's invest in an app. And then from that, let's scale to friends. And then from that, let's scale. And most people don't do that because their ego play a huge role. بيخافوا يقولوا إنه أنا ما عندي app, عندي بس Instagram profile. بيخافوا يقولوا عندي مايك منه البعض جديد أجدد واحد عندي بيخافوا. And they start investing and then they lose everything. What happens? You lost money, you lost time, and you didn't learn anything from it.
True.
So that's what I wanted. بدي وعي اللبنانية على هالشغلة. And I started doing it this month, and I'm going to keep on doing it every single month. 3 people, 3 Lebanese entrepreneurs, helping them with whatever they need. Free of charge. Other than the tens of messages that I get on a daily basis, برد عليهم أنا every night. I have an hour on my calendar where I answer all the messages on Instagram.
يا ويلي. هاي مهمة.
That's the difference between عن helping and caring about people and selling a course or whatever that is. Just to monetize off of someone that is kind of desperate.
شوف بمحلات هي يمكن بس شوية ضمير إذا فينا نقول.
Definitely.
ما تعطيني قصص ما بدي إياها.
جاي بشوف there's a human behind this.
100%.
It's not a pocket. It's not money.
100%.
جاي بشوف the human. You're helping someone. This someone could be grateful for the rest. I'm not saying بدنا نعمل كاريتاس. You need to make money at the end of the day.
ما قلنا هيك.
But if you're monetizing through other stuff, don't take advantage of desperate people. I'm sorry I'm saying it this way, but desperate people in terms of, they don't know what to do. They're lost. They don't have a plan. They don't have a blueprint. The country doesn't help that much. We don't have courses that the country gives. Universities بيعلموا قصص that are not very maybe على الأرض بيعلموا أكتر theory. They need it. Lebanese people need guidance.
كتير. And
I hate seeing someone taking advantage of Lebanese people just for the sake of cashing in $1 million or $2 million. That's my worst thing.
وهلا it's common إذا بتفكر فيها.
It's very common. Every message I get is thank you so much for being one or the one only
because you're real
trustworthy entrepreneur. Why is that? I'm not مش لأنه أنا بس لأنه I actually take time to answer them. I actually help them. I never ask for money. I never, you know what I mean?
حقيقي إنسان حقيقي.
And that's what Lebanese need. حرام.
ما هي
That's
بقى
why I
بدك
always
حدا
say.
يخبرك اياهم او يعطيك اياهم دايركتلي مثل ما انت عم تعمل مع كتير ناس او مثل ما انا عم جرب اعمل معكم ونجيب لكم ناس مثل جورج مثل غيره. بقعد بقرا انا وياك من اليوم لبكره 6000 كتاب وبعدين
If you don't execute, أنا
ما
دايما
هي
بقول vision without execution is pure hallucination.
إيه.
If you read 1,000 book, we don't implement it, it's nothing.
رحت شي مرة عند بسيكولوج او ثيرابيست او شي لتضلك هيك مثل ما انت ولا كيف؟
Take, when you have the good support around you, sometimes you don't need it. But I'm very pro therapy.
ليه؟
لأنه we all need a therapist if you don't have the support. And even if you have the support, sometimes people need someone external to give their opinion. لأنه اليوم إذا بتحكي مع حدا بيحبك أو بتحبه أو حدا من العائلة أو صاحبتك, they're going to be very subjective, right? And the whole idea of going into therapy because it's subjective, because بتوعيك على قصص حسب أي نوع therapy you do. بس بتوعيك على قصص أنت لازم تعرفهم بلكي ما بتعرفهم, أو بتوعيك على قصص لازم تفكر فيهم أنت منك تفكر فيهم. So this is something people can do. That's why I'm very pro therapy. إذا بتروح بتخبر your mom, your girlfriend,
حتكون
your friend,
غير.
she's gonna be she's gonna be very emotional. ما بدها تأذيك باللي حتقول لك إياه, ما بدك تفكر بقصص بشعة. The therapy بتخليك, the therapist بتخليك تفكر بهالقصص for your own sake, right? So, but to answer your question, if you do things right, يعني إذا كنت سألتني هالسؤال من 6 سنين, بس اليوم جورج وين كان وين صار in terms of mental health or mental fitness or whatever you want to call it, I'm a completely different person. So I mean, I used to drink a lot of alcohol, for example, and it used to trigger a lot of things in me. I had anger management problems. I had severe insomnia. I was sleeping 2 to 3 hours a day, a night, for 6 years. أنا بالuniversity أنا كنت نام 3 ساعات. كانوا my eyes were black. I was in a very bad spot. But again, when my girlfriend came in, it changed. I stopped alcohol completely. I don't drink. It's been 2 years exactly. 0.
حتى events
Zero. I don't drink
Zero.
alcohol. I only drink water.
حلو.
So this helped a lot. And
sleeping problem.
Sleeping, I sleep around 7 to 8 hours a night.
كيف زبطتها؟
Again, when you're good mentally, you sleep well. I had severe insomnia. ولا شيء كان يخليني. كنت اخذ magnesium. كنت اخذ a lot of stuff. Nothing helped me.
إلا أنت.
وصاحبتك.
technically يعني والsupport صاحبتك أو
Yeah, exactly.
your loved ones.
Exactly. And when you have this and you're comfortable and you're good and you work on yourself and you practice and you work out and you do something
environment كمان.
Exactly. You're going to be better.
Daily routine.
Exactly. What started evolving with me, يعني أول شيء كنت نام 3 ساعات, بعدين 5 ساعات, بعدين 4 ساعات, بعدين 6 ساعات, بعدين ساعة. هلا it's been a while.
Working out كمان ساعدك.
I work. This is my therapy, for me personally. Working out is my pure therapy.
What type of workouts?
I go to the gym 1 hour a day, put my earphones, and I'm done. ما بحكي مع حدا. I'm just there. I push weights. I do a bit of calisthenics. I just enjoy my time. I disconnect. It's pure disconnection. You put your headphones in and you're done. This is my kind of therapy. Others بدهم يحكوا. أنا شخص من أنا وصغير ما بحكي. يعني حتى my parents always tell me ما بتحكي. يعني بتكون متضايق, بتكون بس كون موجوع. I had a lot of stomach problems. كنت أعمل كرايز, أطلع المستشفى. I never talked. كنت عبي يعبوا هون أعمل كريزة. So I'm someone that ما بيحكي. So my kind of therapy is the gym because I found myself there. And I was 56 kilograms. I was very skinny. Well, I had to go out of this because I was mentally not good, right? When you're skinny and you're at school and whatnot, and كان عندي هيدي kind of insecurity, right? And you're not good with yourself. So I started working out and it changed literally, I can say it changed my life and how I operate and my perspective on a lot of things. بعدنا لليوم, I can't skip working out. I stopped. It's been a month and a half because I did a full back tattoo. I couldn't. I had to travel to Africa and ما كنت قادر. هلا I'm back fully. I don't stop. 4 to 5 times a week, 1 hour a day, صبح early, very early on قبل ما يبلش الشغل قبل ما حدا. And that's how I do things.
يعني أنت وين كنت وين صرت you're a whole different person.
Definitely.
عبالك تعطيهم مسج سريعة للمشاهدين قبل ما نختم؟
I would say is, if you're a Lebanese entrepreneur, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, if you're a human being and you want to do something, do it, because everything is hard, but you have to choose your heart. So stop putting roadblocks on every single thing, لأنه هو اللي بيجوني وهو اللي عم بتعذب معهم أكتر شيء، اللي هن بيحطوا roadblocks on everything. يعني بتقول له اعمل هيك بيقول لك لا ما في لأنه في هيك. Stop finding problems to solutions and start solving all your problems. And if I can say one thing is, do you, be yourself, وما بحياتك تستحي من انت او your failures او whatever you couldn't do or you can't do today. Keep on working on yourself, be silent about it, and grow beyond that.
هذا كان جورج دياب. عبالك to plug anything لنحط لك اياهم.
You can follow on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, George Diab X.
ما تنسوا تعملوا له فولو اكيد، بيقدر يساعدكم كتير قصص. ما تنسوا تعملوا لي سبسكرايب على اليوتيوب، فولو على الانستغرام، وشير للاصحاب وللاحباء اللي حواليكم. شوفكم مرة الجاي محل جديد، مين الضيف ما بنعرف. See you. لا اعطيني دقيقة لركب السؤال براسي. Translation. أول سؤال سطرين، تاني سؤال 5 أسطر.
Go. Shoot.
ما بدي ابين عم بضحك هيك بالاديتنج ما من الاخر.
خليني اشرب لك انت. حاك فش خلق.
قاعد تبين كتير غريب انه هذا ليه مبسوط. شو بسطه شو هذا عمل.
عم ضحك يعني.
شايفني كلون قدامك.
غير لك 50 مليون بركي توقف. إذا 16 مليون قليل خلال قوي. قل لي شو بدك شو رقمني. شو يا
كات
نحب
ما انسى. منيح ما بزعل. عندي بلوبرز، بحب البلوبرز.
ايه بعت لي اياهم.